And welcome to the Meno Lounge. I'm Julie Gordon-White, CEO of MenoWell, Menopause Energy and Protein Bars. And here we are, the very first Meno Lounge of 2024. So exciting. I love a brand new year. Hi, Jenny. I'm so glad you're here. Always on the Meno Lounge. First guest today, first viewer today. I'm so happy to see you. But it's always fun to start a new year, and we've got an incredible guest today, Tamsen Fadal, who is going to join us here in a second if she's not here already. Let's see, I'm going to grab her. She was here with us last year at this time. Many of you know Tamsen as an award-winning journalist, an author, and also a women's health and menopause advocate. She's just incredible. So hi, Become. So nice to see you. And Heather here. Hi, Fisher. Hi there, Martha. Happy New Year, everybody. It's so great to see you. I feel like it's been a long time. So Tams will be joining us shortly. And it's exciting. I just wanted to talk to you about intention for 2024. Lots of chatter about, should you have a resolution, this or that, because we don't stick to them. So, take the label off of it. We don't need any labels in midlife. Come on. But how about intention? Like, what are your intentions for yourself? What's possible? There is a psychological benefit of novelty, as our brains love new things. We like to try new things, new products, new ways of exercising, new friends, new things. And so this is actually a wonderful time. Hi, Tamsen. I see you here. Let's see. Let me grab you. It's a wonderful time to try something new. So set an intention about newness and saying yes to your life. So, there you are, gorgeous. Hi. We're just talking about newness and intention for New Year and how our brain loves novelty. So don't shy away from all possibilities. And I was going to say, I've had, when I turned 50, a year of saying yes. And so I've been thinking about this year, I'm going to be 59. And so I don't need to wait until I'm 60 to have another year of saying yes. So I think I'm going to kind of lean into that yes to most things.
I like
not
that.
Everything, but
not to everything.
Not everything. So glad to have you, Tamsen. I remind everyone how fabulous, you are as a podcaster, as a journalist. You have a new book coming up, an author,
Thank you.
And near and dear to my heart, of course, being a wonderful advocate for women in women's health and women in the stages of menopause. So thank you for being here with the top 10. We did this last year.
No, I love it, right?
So fun. It'll be fun to look back and see what's different. Before we jump in, you've had a big transition in your midlife. I'd love for you to talk about that. I know a lot of women are thinking about it, especially in January. Is this my year to do something different? So do you mind sharing a little bit about your transition?
No, I'd love to. It's actually, I was just talking to a friend of mine today saying it has been 2 months tomorrow that I left my job as a news anchor of over 30 years.
Yeah.
So it was a huge change. I was hearing that question in my mind, like, now what? What's coming up? Now what? What do you have to do? And I couldn't answer it, And so I spent quite a while kind of soul searching and figuring out what I wanted. I don't know that it was like a job title I was looking for, but it really was a different kind of purpose. And in this second second curve. And so it was important for me to kind of feel unstuck. And I know that's where we kind of get at this point, right after we've done the same thing for a while. And so I made plans and left. And now I'm working full time, creating content, working on my podcast. I have a book coming out, as you said. And so I'm excited because this purpose is really for women. And that's what this next half is about.
I love that. I would call that an identity shift. And I know you didn't lose your job. You chose to embark on a new adventure. I know, because especially being in the media world, I know someone asked in the questions about that, and you decided to take a new turn, which I love. It leans into identity, because we all shift our identities, but especially in our midlife, we really start to think, who am I now? So I love that you said, let me go see who I am. I'm different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I spent so many years telling stories and different kind of stories and stories depending on the city that I was living in, whether it was Philadelphia or Pittsburgh or Orlando, Florida, New York, most recently. And then I was like, you know what? It's women's stories and what we're going through during this time that were really, really
Yeah.
important for me.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to be able to do that.
So fun. Do you consider yourself an entrepreneur now or?
Oh no, I guess so because every once in a while I'm like, what's my title? I used to my title was okay. I anchor the news at 4, 5, 6, 10. Now I'm like, what's my title? So I guess so, but that's a cool group to be a part of. I'll be a
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
entrepreneurs.
Sure. And I don't see it as a title. I see it as a way of being,
Yeah.
like who I am. It just means creating value, like through MenoWell bars, creating value for other people, in this case, menopausal women, to make other people's lives better. That's what I see entrepreneurship
Well,
as.
you're
So,
so well. I mean, and you're the queen of doing that, which I love. I love to see, since we first met to where you are today, and MenoWell. And I told you I had my sister-in-law here the last few weeks, and she opened my drawer and saw the bars, and she's like, "I'm so addicted." And I said, "I know it takes up."
you're like, I happen to have a source if you need
Yes,
some. Just let
yes.
me know, right? I love it. Okay, one more thing before we jump into the top 10. You were had the privilege, I would even say, just for everyone who was there, to be in Washington D.C. with a congresswoman and other women. Let's talk menopause, talking about the new bill around menopause research. And wow, so exciting. Dr. Sharon Malone and
Mhm.
others, what superstars. So please share a little bit about that in case women don't know what's happening and what you've been up
Yeah,
to.
absolutely. And first, I'd say if you want more information just about the bill to understand it, you can go over to letstalkmenopause.org. And excuse me, I'm recovering from the flu.
Oh
Um, they
no,
are, so I
thank you for
apologize if I
being
start
here.
coughing in between. Um, but that all the information is there, and there's a place that you can actually sign up to help support it. But the truth is there is not enough money or research that has gone into this area of our lives, and women's health is such a critical area right now. And so we were there. We had a press conference there. We went and met with some of the politicians that are behind the bill there, and it was. I'll speak more on the experience of standing there as somebody who's a journalist for so many years, covering press conferences and watching from one side of it to be on the other side of it and be advocating like that was really super special. And especially just knowing the millions of women and stories and the help that's needed and the women that I've heard from over the years and I continue to talk to now as I'm writing my book. It's really, it was really special. Like I was really choked up and I feel like, wow, that I know I'm in the right place for doing this. And when I went, it was about a month after I'd left my job. So I
Yeah.
thought, okay, one step at a time, you're in the right direction.
I'm like, thank you, universe validation.
Yeah.
I'm in my lane.
Yes.
So beautiful. Well,
Yes.
you'll
It's
have to
wonderful.
keep us posted. And again, yes, we're both on the
Absolutely.
advisory board of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
letstalkmenopause.org. So hop over there for all the latest. And Tamsen, if you need to drink water
No, no,
today,
no, it's fine.
all the things, whatever you have.
I've
So
got
I appreciate
I've
you
got
being
my
here.
little arsenal right here on the side.
Last time I talked to you, you were just hoofing down the street in New York. We were on
I
FaceTime.
know.
Okay, well, you better get off FaceTime so you
I
don't fall in
know.
a manhole.
I was in the rain. That's probably what
Yes,
happened.
right, right. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into your top 10 tips for menopause. So exciting. All right,
Yes.
what do you got for us? Number one.
Oh gosh. I think my first tip, I've really been working on this is strength training. I don't know about you, but I feel
Oh,
like that has come to the top of my list. And I don't remember what was on my list last
yeah,
time, but strength training is become very huge for me. So
yeah.
I'm trying to really do that and make a difference because I've noticed aches and pains and different things in different areas. And I just
Mm.
feel like I've got to get into the strength training a little bit more. I've always done it, but not like I am now.
And so, what I know what I've done adding
Oh
weights,
yeah.
but how are you doing it differently than you were doing
Yeah,
before?
before I was like, got to do my cardio first, and then my weights will be secondary, and I'll get those done, and I'll get out of the gym. And now I go there just for strength training day. That's what I do. So I'll do legs, I'll do shoulders, I'll do arms, biceps, tries, and I really like that's what I do first, and then the cardio goes second.
That's a huge
Yeah.
distinction and nuance. We've all, as women, cardio, right? That's just how we were
Of course.
raised in the workout world and gym. And now I do the same thing. I flip it. I force myself because it's so much just easier to hop on I love my little cycling bike
Right.
thing. But to hop on, someone said, I love strong-minded people. And that includes you if you said it. So, but forcing yourself to do weights first, so powerful. Like do that, and then you can just do that cardio in zone 2, nice and easy. You don't have to go too crazy with it.
Yep.
Really good. And you see a real change in your body that
Quickly.
way.
I feel
Yes.
like quickly, quite frankly. I feel like I feel that faster, and I don't dread weight day like I dread cardio day. And I don't dread cardio day as much
Yeah.
anymore as a result.
Exactly. Right. It's like, I know I'm one of those weirdos who loves leg day. Like,
I love leg day.
come on, because when you're working
Yeah.
the leg and the
Yeah.
glutes, that does all the magic. So
It's great. It's just great.
it's super good.
Okay. So
Okay.
I think my
Perfect.
second tip would be community. I've really made a conscious effort to make sure that community is a large part of my life, not an afterthought.
Yeah. What does that mean for you, community?
Well, I mean, I think it's all the women that, you and I talk to on a daily basis. I also think it's about reaching out to people that we, are part of our lives and that we sometimes take for granted that are going to be there. And I think that it's important to me anyway to proactively reach out to them and make sure they're doing okay and see how they are. Because I think as I've gotten older, communities become really, really important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Staying connected. You don't have a sister, do you?
I don't.
So.
I don't.
Yeah.
And so I think that's also a reason why and I lost my mom at an early age and my stepmom. So I feel like this is an area that really speaks to me for those reasons.
Yeah. I don't have a sister either, so I know
Yeah.
exactly. I have my
Yeah.
brother, so I'm not taking away from him. But
Yeah, I have a brother, but sometimes he doesn't want to hear about all the topics I have to talk about.
right, he did. My brother doesn't want to talk about
Yeah.
menopause either, and my mom not really so much either. But yeah. So women staying connected to your good friends, community, people, huge. And there are studies that show that increases longevity too. Connection. So
100%
huge.
it does. I think it's like one of the most important things. If you look at like the blue zones, the people that, are the healthiest are the ones that are with each other, not just, not isolated, not feeling alone, not feeling that there's a sense of purpose in somebody in
Yeah.
their lives.
Beautiful. And just for menopause community, we all need to be together to link arms, to navigate this space, to learn, to move things
Did you
forward.
ever
And
think that would be the bond?
no, but it was such a great surprise.
I know. I know.
I
I
love
agree.
it.
I
I have
agree.
so many new incredible women in my life now because of it. So, okay, community, we've got strength training, we've got community. I'm
I
writing
would
this down so
say,
you and I don't
oh,
forget.
good. Okay.
Okay.
I don't even know what my old ones were. I would say that, nutrition, not diet. Nutrition
Mm,
has played a big part of it in trying to avoid some of the trigger foods. Like I'm addicted to caffeine, but I've really tried to lower, when I drink and stuff, it's like very few and far between now. I kind of don't even really have an interest in
yeah.
it. So I found that has made a big difference in my
Hmm.
mind shift. I'm not sure why, but it
Yeah.
has.
Well, because you're
Have-
present, when
I'm
when
present.
isn't that funny how that happens? No alcohol, like you're all
All
there.
of a sudden, all of
Oh,
a
what a
sudden.
concept. What
Um,
a concept. So I
so
know
that's
you're a big
one.
maca person when it comes to
I am.
nutrition, like we are. We have maca in
Yep.
the bars. That's a leading
Yep.
um, shiro ingredient that speaks to menopause. And I know maca is important in your day as
It
well.
is. It is. I have it in my meno bar, but I also have it in my protein smoothie, and I think it's just. I mean, it's just important to me. Like I love my coffee, but I also want to make sure there's stuff that goes into my body that cuts down on the inflammation and cuts down on, just the other junk that goes in there on a daily basis. I know I'm not perfect,
Yeah.
but I try whatever I'm inputting in there for it to be as good as possible.
Yeah. No, it's huge. What we eat, especially midlife. How about fiber? We're going all
It's
in now.
interesting. No, it's good. About 6 months ago, I got sent a let's say a big tub of fiber, and I started incorporating that too. And I actually, it does. I was worried it was going to make me feel bloated and not feel comfortable, but it actually has been a nice addition to my diet. It went a little bit at a time, but it's been a really nice addition.
Yeah. I don't think you know this, but each MenoWell bar has 25 to
Oh,
32% of your daily fiber.
oh
So you're
no, I didn't
getting
know that. Well, then I'm getting like 50%. I mean, I'm getting like
right.
I don't know how much percent.
So it's Fiber is super important. You know, of course, we need to get it from our leafy greens and other, high fiber foods. Let's
Right.
start with the whole food, but make sure we're getting it, because that is what makes our gut biome
Mm-hmm.
work. It feeds the probiotic.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a prebiotic fiber, then you're not feeding the probiotic.
Yep.
Can't do its job. And then that really impacts our brain, which, hello, we need to do everything we can not to be so foggy.
Everything.
So, yeah.
Okay, next one
Good.
for fogginess, sleep. I have refocused sleep. I was the girl that was bragging about how little sleep I got. I was really proud of the fact that I could get up early, work really late, work till 11 o'clock, get off the air, come home, start the day. You know what I mean? I had like 2 days in one.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer embarrassed by the amount of sleep that I get. I get a lot of sleep. I'm like proud of it. I'm a proud of sleep.
And so when do you go to bed? Because that's the trickiest thing in my
That's hard.
household. My husband's like, you're going to bed? Like, what are you doing?
I know. You know what's funny? I stopped thinking like early bedtime is uncool, and I started going into the bedroom. Now here's where I will differ from like every expert that tells me to do this. I try to do it, but I can't always. I do have to bring some stuff into the bedroom with me to do. Like I have to bring my phone. Sometimes I have my computer. I know you're not supposed to do anything in your bedroom except sleep and sex, but sometimes it helps me unwind a little bit in my bed.
Yeah.
And then I leave all that stuff outside, and then I come back and go to sleep.
Makes
So I
you sleepy then. No, I get that.
yeah. So like 10 o'clock now,
Yeah.
I'm in there.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Right in there. I try to start making my way upstairs at 9:30.
Okay, that's
My husband's like,
good.
what are you doing? I'm like, look, there's nothing good on TV, and I can record anything I want to watch and watch it fast on Saturday. So I'm out.
I know.
So,
I said to my husband, like, what happened to us?
yes.
But I kind of like it. So I
Yes.
feel really good about that. I feel good when I get up and I'm not like pumping myself. Like I love caffeine again, third time, but I'm not pumping myself full of it all day long to try to get through the day now, which is really
Right.
nice. I attribute that to more sleep.
Definitely. And better sleep,
And
because
better
quality sleep, right? Not
sleep.
just time,
Yeah,
but
better
quality.
sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, stress levels are
Oh,
next,
yeah.
and I think some of that comes with the job, the change in the job. However, I will say in this new role, I do find that I have added on my own stress. Like sometimes it's even you give yourself even more. So I'm trying to give myself a little bit of grace.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. So,
That's one of my
first
tips.
of all, give yourself grace, but how are you managing the stress that you're giving yourself? And then is the grace, what does
As
that
a
mean?
as a result of the stress I'm giving myself. I think I had this, I think when I left my job, I was like, I'm going to have to do this and this and this and this and this. And I felt myself in the first little bit overwhelmed. And so I said, it's all going to get done when it has to get done. Like, it's not the end of the
Mm-hmm.
world. You're going to figure it
Right.
out. And I think that that's really helped.
Beautiful.
Because I think if you have extra, well, look, we already have stress. I've had a sick father recently. I've had a number of different stressful events in my life. Those are already enough to handle. To add things on top of it is just, being unkind to yourself.
Yeah, I agree. Especially, as midlife women, we have all those things happening. And we are in control, especially when you are in charge of your own
Yeah.
schedule. We get to
Yeah.
decide. And I do believe timing is always perfect. And if you hold on to that, then you don't have to feel like I have to do this right now or this or that. Like, it might actually be better if you wait a minute, or
Yeah.
you're in a better
I
state of
agree.
mind.
I agree.
How
I
about
think
meditation?
it's better decisions. I do. I have a lot of quiet time in the morning. I've been for the past 6 months or so, in the course of writing this book, trying to implement some of the things that I've been talking about. And one is getting outside at the top of every day and just seeing light. And so
Yeah.
whether it's like overcast and awful like it is outside right now in New York, or it's a beautiful sunny day, that's the first thing I do is I get outside. I don't
Yeah.
even think about it. Put my sneakers on, put my coat on or whatever and walk outside.
That's New Yorkers are so great about it. Just go outside.
That's
It
what
doesn't matter what the weather is.
I do
I'm in California.
every
We're like,
day.
oh, it's pitter patter outside. I can't
No,
go.
I know. California, you guys shut down if it rains. I was like, we'd be shut down all the time.
Right, right. In LA, especially,
LA.
like, ooh, can't mess my hair
I
up.
couldn't believe it. One day I was walking around Santa Monica and I'm like, where is everybody? Why am I the only one out? My husband said it's raining. We don't go outside
Yeah.
when it rains. I said, I didn't know
No,
the rule.
right. In the Bay Area and San Francisco, we're right behind that.
Yeah.
Like, we're not quite that like
Yeah.
San Francisco, but right behind that. So
Yeah. So that's
I love it. Okay,
what
so
you have.
we
Where are we? I
have
don't even know what number.
we're on 5 was stress. I love it. Okay. And
6 is my new morning habit of light.
light. Okay, light. Huberman. All things Huberman.
Right? I know. That is true.
So
That is true.
we're talking about Andrew Huberman, who is an incredible neuroscientist from Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't heard of him, I don't know what you're doing.
I am.
He's all over YouTube, everywhere. He's so cool because he's so smart, but yet he's really cool, like a skateboarder when he was a kid. Just very, very interesting, super long format podcast. So we just should give a shout out to Andrew Huberman right here. What do you think? Maybe you'll come on the
Victoria for making that list.
Oh, and Victoria.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
Maybe you'll come on here. All right, go ahead. So we've got light. So now you need to talk a little bit more about that, what that means, since we leaned on that. So going out in the day, in the light in the morning.
Going out and getting light first thing in the morning. I had interviewed this this doctor. It wasn't human, but it was a doctor talking about light therapy and light work and different things. She said if you just do one thing, she was talking about how you can change different parts of your home and just how it increases your mood and helps you throughout the day and helps your serotonin. And she said, if you can get outside at the beginning of every single day, that will be the healthiest thing that you can do in the morning for yourself. So I started
helps reset your circadian rhythm, right? So when you get that light, then you get your rhythm in check, and then your body actually knows when to go to sleep if we listen to it. That's
so my next one is, this one's a little bit, it kind of goes a little bit more back to more of the health part of things, but I started on estrogen and progesterone a few years ago, and I've just recently, and I haven't talked about it too much, but incorporated testosterone into what I'm doing. And so I've just really been taking extra time to pay attention to what's going on with my body instead of going I can kind of get through it all. So I made sure this year was a big part of making sure my mammogram was on point, making sure my dental care, my eye care, just kind of being a little more proactive in my health and my maintenance. I think that's really important right now. So I paid attention to that.
That's really important. I love doing those things. I just had a doctor's appointment yesterday. Turns out I have low potassium. Who knew? So looking into that. But yeah, having that blood work done once a year, along with our mammograms and all the other things that we need to do it at the beginning of the year, do it around your birthday. That's usually when I do it, but that's a good way to remember. Because otherwise you forget when all of the
December.
Oh, right.
It's good.
So perfect.
It's good. It's really good.
Love that.
All right.
Okay, good.
We'll keep going.
Number 8.
Skincare has become huge for me. I was the person who slopped it all on, and I was like, it'll get somewhere. And now I'm very aware of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And so I have my routine. My routine went. I'm sure yours did too. My routine went from a 5-minute bedroom routine of brushing my teeth really fast to now oils in, on, over, up, down, everywhere. I have every crevice I can find, but I'm paying special attention to skin.
Yeah. Same. Is that must be a midlife, because I did the same thing. I barely even washed my face at the end of the day, like taking my makeup off. Nothing. Horrible. But now get all the stuff off, and yes, it's a beautiful way to wind down too. I think is part of a sleep routine. We talk a lot about morning routines, but a sleep routine, it does signal to your body, yourself, your mind, okay, we're shutting down a little bit here.
I think it is a really big deal. And then the other thing I've done recently, and this isn't so menopause related, but I think it's this part of my life, this time in my life, I've tried to say, you talked about it earlier, but I've tried to say yes to more things that I wouldn't usually say yes to. Whether it's a hobby or an event or going to a place, going somewhere. I keep living by that motto, live your someday today. And I think that, this is my today. I have to live it the best I can.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing.
And finding that fine line between doing all the things and being comfortable. I don't really need to do that. I don't, it's not speaking to me.
I'm overly comfortable with that.
Yeah. I think that's another midlife thing too, right? Just I don't need to do that. I already did that. The food is the same. Maybe there's someone new to me that I would like to meet. That's a reason to go, but everything else is the same. So
not agree more. And then I don't know what number we're on, but I will say I do want to add in, if I have one more, is minimizing the sugars. That has become
Yes.
huge.
Sugar is just
What a
not our
pain,
food. Yeah. Say
but I feel
it
the
again.
difference with it.
Yes. Inflammation, right? Less sugar, our bodies aren't as inflamed. We don't create additional cravings
Yeah,
because now our sweetness tolerance is so high. Just let most of it go.
yeah,
We don't need to
yes,
take all the sweetness out of our lives, right? But just cut way back and getting it from food. And that's why, you know, in our bars, the vanilla doesn't have any added sugar, and the others have just 1 or 2 grams of added sugar, mostly from like the blueberries that are in there, that kind of thing, or the
yeah,
dates. And
yep.
so we just minimize our sugar, not our sweetness, right? But our sugar, for
So
sure.
true. So
Oh my
I don't know. I
goodness.
don't know if that but hits 10. Oh, Victoria is so awesome.
What did Victoria say?
She's listed them all out. I got this
Oh, Victoria, thank
10.
you. You're going so fast. Okay, can you see her list? Oh, I see them right here. Hi, Victoria. All right. Oh, I see 7. Let's see. She's going. I don't know where her top. What was the number 1,
7,
Victoria?
8,
I
9,
can't even
10.
read my writing. What was number 1?
Hold
It
on, I'll
starts
find
with an
Victoria's stuff.
S. Wow.
Did you say? I don't even know. I didn't write them down. I'm just telling you as I go. Victoria's
I
got the whole
was
list.
She has a whole list. I was scribbling so quickly. I must have been a doctor in
Strength
another life.
training.
Sorry, doctor. Oh, strength training. Oh, yeah. That's my abbreviation, STY. Duh. No wonder I can't remember what it
I
is.
love it.
Number 1 was strength training. Number 2, who has number 2? I know it starts with a
Community.
C. Okay, we got this now. Strength training, community, nutrition, optimizing your sleep. Oh, 5, stress management, stress relief. 6, light in your eyes in the morning. 7, paying attention. Oh, I'm not looking at Victoria's now. See if I got it right. 7, paying extra attention to your health. 8, skincare. 9,
Yep.
saying yes. And what do we say? 10,
Sugar.
you're sweet enough. Yeah. Skip the sugar, but
Good.
stay sweet.
I
I
love it.
love it. So good. All right. So, what does 2024 bring for you as we kind of pull all this together?
Well, I'm excited about everything with regard to where this legislation goes. I'm excited to stay on top of that. I have my podcast is going to be relaunching in this first quarter, so I'm looking forward to that. We're pulling it all together, and then I hope to keep doing what I'm doing. I feel really blessed to be able to do it. I love this community of women, and I'm meeting new people every day as a result of it. So it's nice.
Wow. Well, you know, when we first met, I thought this woman is so special, and you're just out there
You're very sweet.
putting
Thank
yourself at risk in, you know, in so many ways, being in the media talking about being over 50 and dating and midlife and menopause. Like, whoa, she's gonna get the whack, but you so bravely moved forward, and
you.
actually were embraced, and it was just extremely impressive, and just honoring this conversation. So I thank you for all
Oh,
that you do.
thank you so much.
I look forward to us not running into being even more intentional about all the fun things
Oh, me
around
too.
menopause together
Me
this
too.
year. It's menopause's year, Tamsen. I'm telling you,
Yeah, it's pretty
it's
amazing, right?
it really is. And I keep saying, like, buckle up, here comes menopause, because now we've got this incredible tidal wave
Hmm.
of energy and
Hmm.
momentum around it. And so all of you ladies here listening to this live, you're part of this. We do this for you, we do this for us, and we're all together in community in this conversation, so we can live our best lives, and continue to believe in ourselves and all the things that are possible. And let's just get on it in 2024 in
I
whatever
love
way
that.
feels great to you.
Fabulous
So thank you for
word.
being here. Feel better.
Thank you
Let's
so
start with
much.
that.
Thanks. I feel good. My voice keeps going in and out. I'm like, what happens?
But maybe it's an opportunity just to
Maybe it's just be quiet.
thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
everyone. I wish you a wonderful 2024, to be well and be happy, and we'll see you here every single, mostly Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tamsin.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.